on Monday. I have our Bible reading plan for Holy Week set up to be Monday through Thursday. So I have 4 days of that, and we'll do all of it together if you want to join me on the videos. So I'll read the passages to you, and you can follow along with your Bible or on the screen if you can see it. So you should be able to see right now that I have my document up with the text for today. So we're at Luke 19, looking at verses 28 through 47. And so each day has like a theme to go with Holy Week. So today we're going to celebrate Hosanna in the highest, celebrating Palm Sunday, looking at Palm Sunday, looking at Jesus coming into Jerusalem, and then also what he does at the temple when he finds the money changers there. So we're going to read through this and talk about it a little bit, and then you have some questions to answer. All right. So Luke 19, verses 28 through 47. Jesus comes to Jerusalem as king. After Jesus had said this, he went on ahead, going up to Jerusalem. As he approached Bethphage and Bethany at the hill called the Mount of Olives, he sent 2 of his disciples, saying to them, "Go to the village ahead of you, and as you enter it, you will find a colt tied there, which no one has ever ridden. Untie it and bring it here. If anyone asks you, 'Why are you untying it?' say, 'The Lord needs it.'" Those who were sent ahead went and found it just as he had told them. As they were untying the colt, its owners asked them, "Why are you untying the colt?" They replied, "The Lord needs it." See that obedience there? They brought it to Jesus, threw their cloaks on the colt, and put Jesus on it. And this colt, oftentimes we hear this as a donkey. That's probably what it was a donkey. As he went along, people spread their cloaks on the road. And people were also putting palm fronds on the road, so the leaves from a palm, the palm leaves and branches. And remember, we're only reading in one gospel right now. So you're free to go look up the story of Jesus coming into Jerusalem in other books, in other gospels. They all tell the story from their own perspective. So this is Luke's perspective. In some of the other ones, it's called like the triumphal entry. That's another way that it's referred to. Jesus coming into Jerusalem as the king is called the triumphal entry. Okay, back to our Bibles. When he came near the place where the road goes down the Mount of Olives, the whole crowd of disciples began joyfully to praise God in loud voices for all the miracles they had seen. "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Peace in heaven and glory in the highest." Some of the Pharisees in the crowd said to Jesus, "Teacher, rebuke your disciples." "I tell you," he replied, "if they keep quiet, the stones will cry out." As he approached Jerusalem and saw the city, he wept over it and said, "If you, even you, had only known on this day what would bring you peace. But now it is hidden from your eyes. The days will come upon you when your enemies will build an embankment against you and encircle you and hem you in on every side. They will dash you to the ground, you and the children within your walls. They will not leave one stone on another, because you did not recognize the time of God's coming to you." This happens in Jerusalem. So, this Jesus is about 33. So we're in the 30s, AD 30s, after 0. Okay, and in I think it's in AD 70 that the Roman emperor sends his son, and they take over Jerusalem. And the people are starved because they're laid siege upon, which means nobody's allowed in or out. And the city is destroyed, the temple is destroyed. And today, where the temple was in Jerusalem is the Dome of the Rock, or Dome, I think that's what it's called. It's a Muslim church, for better word, or for lack of a better word, a Muslim church that sits there where it was. What Jesus told them was very, very true, because of their unbelief, because of their lack of faith, because they didn't just believe. And now he's saying, you've lost your chance to save your city. It doesn't mean that the people there couldn't be saved, but the city was not going to be spared because of the way that they had behaved. Okay, this last section here, Jesus at the temple. When Jesus entered the temple courts, he began to drive out those who were selling. It is written, he said to them, my house will be a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of robbers. Every day he was teaching at the temple, but the chief priests, the teachers of the law, and the leaders among the people were trying to kill him. Yet they could not find any way to do it, because all the people hung on his words. I love this part because it reminds us that he's the one who has it all figured out. He's the one who's in control. He's the one who has people. And when you hang on somebody's words, it means you're like just waiting for them to say the next thing because you're so excited to hear what they have to say. So you're hanging on their words. Once in a while, I experience that in class where I feel like you're just excited to hear what I have to say next. Not always, but sometimes. And it's an incredible feeling to feel like that, like somebody's so intent on what you're saying that they're just waiting to hear more. And that's how the people were. And so they couldn't figure out a way to kill him at this point because they knew that they would have too many people upset if they tried. In this part here where he goes in and said, my house will be a house of prayer, but you've made it a den of robbers. And this was when he throws over the money changers' tables. So you remember in that book that we read, The Forbidden Gates, where Nathan takes the boy in to those gates, and Nathan's father was a money changer. So that meant that the people came into the temple or into the temple like courtyard, and they would give him their money in exchange for a coin so that they could buy an offering at the temple. And he would weigh it, remember, to see. And if he was using an unfair weight, he could take more money from the people. And so he would check to make sure that the people weren't giving an unfair amount also. So like if somebody took a coin, if you have a gold coin and you are very clever and you take off part of it so that it still looks the same, but it doesn't weigh the same amount, you would get caught in them balancing it. But if you use a weight that's incorrect as the money changer, then you would be stealing from the people. So he called them a den of robbers, that they turned it into a den of robbers because they weren't doing the right thing. They were cheating the people who were trying to come and offer their sacrifices to God. So we don't want to be like that ourselves. We want to make sure that we're not cheating God. God knows when we're doing that, but we don't want to perpetuate that as believers. So we want to make sure that we're being generous and thoughtful in the things that we do, especially when we're calling it worship, which is what our giving is about. Okay, so we're about done here. You can go through these questions. You should be able to answer them very easily. If you can't get them all, don't worry. Just move on or get help from your parents. This is also something that you could do with your family if you'd like to. You guys could listen to the video. Forgive me for me being me. But, going through this together for Holy Week would be a great idea. So feel free to do that. All right. Well, that's all for right now. There will be other videos for the other days for Holy Week reading. All right. I'm going to pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for being here with us for this time where we can look at your word together. I miss doing Bible with my class so much. Help us this week as we celebrate your sacrifice, your death, and your resurrection, that we would be very intent, that we would have intent. That means that we would go about our day remembering who you are all the time. That we would be very, very careful to be spending time focusing on you. Sorry, I had an alarm go off. We pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, bye guys. I miss you.